Let's look at the iconic game Earthworm Jim. Insanely hard like the original. The original wasn't that hard. Normal hard. And you've got to beat original mode in under 50 minutes. Great. I still need to do that. That's the one achievement I need to do on this version. Sadly, this version has now since been delisted. Interplane own the rights, but I think the port was by... Gameloft or something. This version was on DS as well. Now, if I'm actually on the ball, I will actually finish this game in the stream. Bruty. There's old Psycho Crow. I mean, there was a royal cast of characters. I remember the cartoon series well because they did the game and they did the TV series. The animation for this was absolutely fantastic. It was done by Shiny, and it was based after. I think this was after they'd done the Aladdin game. So ironically, I'm not entirely. I don't know if you can turn off the. I'd kind of like the original visuals. I don't think you get them in this version. No. This is also the classic original music done by, it was Tommy Tomiko did the original Earthworm Jim soundtrack. These days Tommy Tomiko is unfortunately involved in a bit of a messy, you're supposed to whip that and that's supposed to come down. Cow launch, that does come down at some point in the game. Anyone who's beaten it will know when, certainly at the most inconvenient moment. The cow does come down. It was actually quite a funny joke, so... Do I want to do the shortcut? Hi, Any Old Games. Thanks for joining the stream. We're looking at the HD version of a true classic tonight, Earthworm Jim. Now, there is the toilet seat secret. You know what? I might do it properly this time, rather than do the skip stage bit. Some people are probably going, no, do the toilet seat. Well, this is an absolute classic Earthworm Jim, so I thought, why not? It's been a while since I've done it. I always remember I was hoping they would do the second game in HD, and they never did. But as I mentioned, this version does not feature the additional stage. Now, this version is technically incomplete as well. So I will explain. The game so it includes the additional level from the Mega Drive, Intestinal Distress. It doesn't feature the level from the Mega CD version, Big Bertie. However, this version is also missing the hidden levels in the original game, so technically it's not a content complete version of any version. This is actually inferior to the Mega Drive and inferior to the Mega CD, sadly. I think the PC version also had the Mega CD level, or there was more particularly there was a Windows version I think later on that did the extra level. It is just a genuine classic though. It's a shame this version's been delisted because it was about the only version of Earthworm Jim you could get outside of... I don't know quite what Interplay are doing. This is a game that should be on constantly on sale because it is such a cult classic.
Oh yeah.
There are actually a load of hidden bits in the walls. Have you played this then? Any old games? Have you played Earthworm Jim? Have you played the iconic Earthworm Jim there? Oh, there's the hook. I think that's the tip of the hook, isn't it? Yeah. There's a lot of secret jumps early on in this stage where you can literally use the hooks and stuff to progress. And we can use the moose to whip as well, if I get that right. There's the dog again. Yeah, it was not a game with, it was not an easy game. I definitely think Earthworm Jim was, I mean, it's a good game. I wouldn't say it's a perfect game, so to speak. I mean, I still absolutely adore it, but yeah, I would say the hit detection, and it does have a few issues. It's not a perfect game. Shiny made good games, and this is a very good game, but it's not quite 100%. I think there are a few tweaks they could do to really make it an absolutely sublime game.
Uh-oh.
I'm not totally sure this looks quite as good as the original one either. This boss is actually harder on the SNES original or Mega Drive. I'm not actually. Was it released on the SNES or on the Mega Drive first? The first time I actually played this, I actually rented it, and I remember finishing it, and then years later, I actually finally got a copy, and I got a copy of the sequel as well. Game FAQs. Great animation there. Fortunately, there's no time limit. What does Game Facts say? Earthworm Jim. %73% on Metacritic. So the SNES version released in October 1994. Shoots himself. They're saying the Mega Drive one came out first, 94. September by the looks of it. No, that's actually June. It did come. Well, that's right, there are a couple of extra levels in this version, but they don't make up for the missing secret level, unfortunately. New Junk City 2? I seem to recall a couple of the stages have additional sections that were not... So the SNES version, I think, was technically missing stuff that was in the Mega Drive version, although I always felt the animation... stud.
Plasma. 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 Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Sega CD is probably one of the best versions because it has the additional stage. So I think the PC version has the additional stage. There are varies between all the different versions. So the most complete version, I think, was the Mega CD. And I think the PC version had the additional content in the Mega CD one. I just missed that one again. Just checking out. Yeah, you can't. I think a few versions allow you to hurt him with guns, but you're supposed to only be able to hurt him with the boxes. And there he goes, and then it's on to the classic bonus stage, Andy's Asteroids. Now what the thing with Andy's Asteroids is that if we run... Continue without posting. I'm not on Xbox Live at the minute, I have disconnected for the purposes of this video. But yeah, the Sega CD version, I've got the Mega CD version, which took me ages to get hold of a copy years later. Yep. Say the buttons. And he says groovy multiple times. But yeah, basically the Sega CD version, and I think the Windows PC version had the additional level added in for like the Mega CD version, which is really good. It's actually a really good level where you're riding on the hamsters. One level called Intestinal Distress is only in the Mega Drive one. The Secret World, where you're lost in the darkness, I can't actually remember, was it Hidden in the Dark or something? Or is not in this version, but that was in the SNES and Mega Drive version, so... This version looks quite a lot of difference. Whoa, Nelly! Got to get the specials to zoom like there. Got to get those so we can actually do a rocket there. Oh, so we get the shields as well. This music hasn't changed. This is an interesting bonus mode. If you mess up, you have a bonus fight against Psycho. The shield activates so I can blast through the blocks. I'll answer your question in a sec. I can't actually fully see it at the minute. Because this stage you actually have to concentrate on almost wholeheartedly, or else he will get ahead of me. Do they work on Windows 10, 11? You mean the interplay? So it's you're talking about interplay because Earthworm Jim is not a Sega game. It's interplay, but I don't know if the old PC versions work on the newer systems. So let me just check. I think Windows is the oh, this is the. Do the Earthworm Jim. It's like the Windows CD version. Well, the Internet Archive actually has it up. Bigger levels, more secrets, more weapons. So yeah, admittedly you shouldn't be downloading it from the Internet Archive unless you own a copy, but not exactly easy to get these days. Earthworm Jim Special, yes, the Special Edition version. Runs directly off the disc. Uses readbook audio for music, can run off your hard drive if you copy the files over, but the disc is still required for DRM and music.
Groovy.
Alternative endings, and CD music. Yeah, so Earthworm Jim Special Edition is basically the best version of the game. PC Gaming Wiki if you're interested in getting it to run on modern systems, but yeah.
Yippee!
The PC Gaming Wiki is actually a really good site. This stage is packed full of secrets, I will admit. You've got to know where to grapple. I think normal, the enemies actually take less damage than the original version. And there's Evil the cat in the background. Got to make a jump from the top here, and then you might just be able to get I think there's an extra life there, yeah. Yeah, I remember the TV series from back in the day. It was shown on Channel 4, I seem to recall. They only showed it a few times. It actually had Dan Castellaneta as the voice of Earthworm Jim. Dan Castellaneta, best remembered, for currently is still remembered, and is still doing the voice of Homer Simpson. And I actually worked with some of the guys that did. So it was actually a Scottish studio that did Earthworm Jim 3D. And despite its various problems, they actually told me about it a few times. So yeah, I actually worked with some of the guys that did Earthworm Jim 3D. Admittedly, they did say they had lots of problems. It's a real shame. You were a Nickelodeon kid, well, yeah, no, it used to be on, because it was quite quirky, the TV series, so.
Plasma.
Actually, getting out to some of those is actually quite tricky, working out how you jump out, because it won't let you jump out at certain points. I've got to do that, and oop, yeah. Yeah, no, we only ever had a terrestrial in our house. But it is just an absolute classic. Some great music as well. This HD remaster was released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It sadly is now delisted as well, but if you've never played it, it's a gem of a game.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is to the mini-boss fight, or is this one of the ones that goes up? I think... Oops, messed that up. Got to run against it. I think this is the teleport one, or is... No, this is the one that goes up. There are a couple of them that go up. Yeah, so I put normal. Yeah, my dad never paid for Sky. He wasn't a fan of Sky, so we never used to have Sky. No, it's not. I thought that might be the way into that secret. It's actually down below. I think you have to jump across. Fans of classical music may well recognise the piece of music in the background as well. Oops. You don't get a lot of time for this one. And there's an old saying about death and taxes, and I think that's where why we have the tax man is in here. Okay, this is going to be the boss fight, isn't it, with the snowman? There's actually, basically, there's two fights in this. Rusty. Oh wow, yeah, this is definitely a bit easier on this. This is the standard difficulty for the game. They did revise it down a bit. Yeah, basically everything's been enhanced, the visuals as well. Though I'm not entirely keen on the filter they put on the visuals. I think the original cel-shaded visuals actually look slightly better on the original consoles.
Oh yeah.
But hello to everyone watching. My name is Random Gamer Ribbon. Just to introduce myself, I am the editor of Randomized Gaming, a video gaming blog and YouTube channel. No, so that's how we got to that extra area. Ye doggy. Actually, there were two achievements. I can't remember if I did the... You have to beat the game without dying, and you have to beat the game in 50 minutes as well, so...
Yippee! Plasma! Plasma!
You hold up, he holds his... Now these actually go together as I recall. Oh, that's going to come back down now. Right, so this is actually quite a tricky boss fight. I have to make sure I hit him. So we have to jump his... Basically, you'll notice he's actually shooting the base, so it starts wearing down. It's a two sort of stage attack. But yeah, this version is large. I mean, it's largely the original 1994 game, just with new visuals, backgrounds, and basically it looks almost like they've added an effect to it, but they've done it in widescreen as well. I mean, I assume it was a completely rebuilt port, but I would assume it's a rebuilt port where they had the original source code. And now we've got our suit back, he will dive at us, and we've got to make sure we basically get a second. But you've literally got a second to get him. You'll see his eyes appear. And we've got to shoot him 9 times, as in the old proverb, cats have 9 lives. There's lots of jokes in this, which is always very funny. The hardest stage is probably actually the last one, which is a real mess. And, oh yes, the underwater stage coming. I hate that stage with a passion. Okay, that's when he gets you, you get attacked. Okay, he's got 1 more life left, and we're going to shoot him. Evil the Cat. But don't worry, if you're an Evil the Cat fan, he comes back for the sequel as well. But yeah, so that's actually quite cool with the fact they had some classical music in this. Most of the music, quite a lot of the music, is actually from various sort of historical pieces in this. Yeah, I mean, some of the Sega Ages games, like the M2 ones, have been really good, but some of them have been a bit disappointing. I have been playing the Switch ones, which are quite good, but again, they've only released them on Switch, and that really limits your market. Plus, some of the games they picked in the Switch lineup, where there were some odd titles. The Outrun is really, really good. I also have the... But always love the Andy Asteroid music. I think this is a sort of American Western piece. I might be wrong. They might have done it. So Tommy Tomiko did most of the music for this, although these days, after the Infovision incident, that's been a... His reputation has taken a bit of a hit. I was watching a video on the Amico Infovision. That has been a very messy project, to put it mildly. Although he is a great musician. Yeah, I would agree. This has been properly rebuilt with additional content as well, although some content was missing. They never added in the hidden stage from World 5 is actually missing, sadly. But yeah, this was a really good version. I really enjoyed it when it came out. And I've earned another continue.
Groovy. Groovy.
You press A every time for him to say groovy, just to wind up Evie. Groovy, groovy. But yeah, I'd agree. Sega Ages have largely just been emulated collections without done-up visuals, and they could probably do with just tweaking the 2D visuals. Right, so this one we have to hide up here when we see the when we see the big guy. If he gets us, he will pound us to pieces. They have very particular animation where they, how to say politely, beat Earthworm Jim silly. I've still got a lot of my grooves from all the years as well. You can tell this is a game I've played a lot before. It's just a real shame this version is no longer sadly available to buy. It was delisted, I think, in 2018, sadly. It was on Xbox. You can still get a version on Xbox 360. Let me rephrase it. You can still get a version on PC. In fact, it might even be... You might... Yeah, so that guy will... You cannot walk up to this guy. You have to use the gerbil to eat them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is the part of the game I hate. There are two subsections. The first one is quite a short one. The second one is one of the largest sections of the game and is very tricky. Plus, every time you whack the sub, cracks start appearing on it.
Yeah.
The remaster, I'm not sure they added animation frames in, but I think they've used the special edition version, which had additional animation from the get-go. I'm going to ignore the arrow and go this way. So we've got... Okay, I've got to go up this way. But just to introduce myself, in case you don't know who we are, my name is Random Gamer Riven. I am the editor of Randomised Gaming. We are a YouTube channel, blog, and we also now do Twitch streaming on various video games across the globe. We look at everything, past, present, and future. I've just actually reviewed Chained Echoed on the blogs, which is an RPG, and I've been streaming that here on YouTube as well. Not YouTube, Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Is this the long one, or is this the short one? The second short one. Oh, this is the long one, isn't it? Yeah, you get the top up here. I hate this stage. Get 99 seconds.
Plasma.
If we take too much damage, the glass will crack, and Earthworm Jim will sadly become one with the ocean. Oh, have they changed this section? Because you originally got 99, just had to get... Or is that the later bit? Ooh, come on, Jim. Be a bit careful, I'm a bit cracked up.
Oh yeah. Groovy. Wee doggy. Yeehaw.
Okay, we have not finished this stage. We've still got the second part to it. We have to beat the fish. I can't remember the fish's name, actually. This is actually one of two stages. I think this is the long one. This is the long one where we literally get chopped up at the start.
Groovy. Groovy. Groovy.
We won't get an Andrew's Asteroids section as this is part
Groovy. Groovy.
one of two in the stage. I must admit, I've got the Sega Saturn's version, and that is sublime as well. And that was the Saturn's version was an additional version of the second game, so... Yeah, this is the long stage.
Whoa, Nelly! Oh yeah.
Okay, let's try and get everything before I find this bit. This bit has the long running section, so
Oh yeah.
nope, there's just a little bit there. So let's brave the additional. But I mean, yeah, the 2D art in this was really good. This
Oh yeah.
HD. I really wish they'd actually done this treatment for the second game as well, but sadly it didn't get that treatment. Yeah, this is the 99 one. This is the section of the game I hate. This is tricky, this bit. You want to ignore everything, just concentrate. You don't get much time at all in this. So if you try and go for the extras, you're going to rapidly find yourself out of oxygen. Especially if you don't remember which way you're going. Okay, I need to be a bit careful. The glass is going to crack any minute now. I think that's the exit. I think we're nearly there now. Come on, come on, up. Carefully, carefully does it. Come on, Jim, let's get out of here before we run out of it.
Oh yeah. Yippee!
And there's the fish. And we just, yeah, this game's full of comedy joke moments like that. We just walk up to the fish and like plash. It's time for some more Andy's Asteroids.
Groovy! Groovy! Groovy!
I said there's quite a possible chance I could actually play through this game in one stream. Andy's Asteroids 3. I think it went up to Andy's Asteroids 5.
Yeah, groovy! Whoa, Nelly!
Yeah, I so wish they'd done the sequel as well, but it's a shame they didn't update this one to include the missing sections. I think that was one of the issues. This should have been based fully on the Windows Special Edition version. I think it's actually missing. I think that CD version adds in additional weapons, the Special Edition version on Mega CD. I think there's more than 2 weapons, and that some of those weapons weren't added either. As I said, there is a bonus fight, although you don't really want that bonus fight because it means you damage your health and stuff. If you run out, if Psycho beats you to the exit, you will get Jim basically get joke scene where he's sort of like slapping the rocket, and then you have to fight Psycho in an additional boss battle, and you have to do that for every Andy's Asteroids you fail as well. So you can effectively have a lot of additional boss battles if you don't beat. Although if anyone wants to see the Psycho fight, shout out and I can deliberately fail one if people want to see it. I'll just pop up a quick ad break, guys.
Hey!
And we've got another continue.
Groovy! 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And this is not a problem. The stage, I always remember, this one took me ages to beat originally because you never quite got told what to do. You basically got to whack him across the side to knock his rope out while not making sure that that monster eats you. You can actually, there is a technique so you can literally slam him against the wall and instantly take him out. What I don't want is when that occurs and I'm stuck against the wall. But yeah, this was all hand-drawn animation, and I do feel there, because it's not the original, it doesn't look quite as good as the hand-drawn art. This look, but the original hand-drawn animation does look absolutely superb, and the fact it was done, they did hand-drawn animation on the cartridges was hugely impressive. Okay, where's Snot? Come on, Snot, time for you to go down. There you go, time. Sadly, that monster at the bottom does not hurt Snot. It only you have to watch it, else it will eat us. There he goes. We got to beat him in 3 matches, so it's not a problem. Round 3. This is it for me. I need to beat him, and then he's a goner. So it's 3 rounds to beat Snot. I do really like the soundtrack as well for Earthworm Jim. Then just come on. Yeah, that's instant death if he bites you. We'll literally be bitten in half. Come on, Snot, you're going down. His rope this 3rd time is by far the... His rope on the 3rd run has the most health. Ah, oh, damn it.
Uh-oh.
It's actually the first life I've lost so far. I think what the aim is draw him close and then you whack him across. Yeah, I mistime that. Draw him close and then basically we want to get like that to him. That's what happens if we don't get the Snot dive right, we get eaten alive. Yeah, if you do it right, you can actually inflict a lot of damage in one run. So you have to be careful, you can get yourself stuck as well. Go on, Snot, you're going down this time. You're going down this time, bud. There he goes. Snot has left the building. There's lots of joke names in the stage as well, like Snot a Problem.
Groovy. Groovy.
I mean, this game was just full of sort of American jokes, but it is still, although I'm from the UK, it's still quite amusing. And I think it's called Andy's Asteroids. I think someone said because it was the name of the coder that did them. Basically, if you get enough of these balls, you get a continue in the... If you don't, you won't. And in order to stay ahead of Psycho as he does get faster, is to make sure A, we don't hit stuff, and B, we need to get the turbo boost things. He's going to get ahead of me this time. Come on, come on, I need another boost. But yeah. Original game was 94, this remake is 2010, 2011, I think it might be 2012 actually. Sadly it was delisted in 2018. Oh, he's about to get ahead of me if I don't. There should be more turbo boost than there are in this version actually. Just got ahead of him. It's a nice length as well, the original Earthworm Jim. It's not too long, it's not too short. She gained 5 continues. Groovy! I won't do that too long as that will annoy people. Watch out for electric shocks. Okay, so this is... Go, go, go. This is probably one of the hardest stages in the game. You've got to know where you're going as well, which I'm not... This is the stage where I used to do the secret world, because it's like Lost in the Dark, the secret stage, and sadly... You cannot access the secret stage in this version. I think it's Professor Monkey for Brains is the villain's name on this stage. Because literally he is literally a professor where he's got a monkey on the top of his head. It's absolutely crazy visual design. So they literally called him. A lot of the enemy names are literally like jokes and puns on the actual character. But yeah, Professor Monkey for Brains, I believe the name of the villain is on this. I think I've actually got to work my way back to where I was now. I think those stairs, because this stage actually has a bit of a, yeah, the elevator's turned on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, now this is the test bit where I've got to shoot from the various directions. I wish I had more ammo as well, so I'm going to get enemies flung at me, and I've got to shoot them before they get to me. It's actually quite a versatile game because you have full 8-way directional control. Yeah, I think it was surprisingly quite heavy intensive, the special edition version. Or was it the original? But there's because I know there's the original version and the special edition version. Actually, I don't know if the special edition version was the only version released on PC or if there were. Yippee! It was a DOS, and then there was the Windows special edition version. There is a boss fight at the end of this world as well. You have to fight Professor Monkey for brain. No, that's right. You don't fight Professor Monkey for brains. You fight his contraption, which is a bit weird. He turns up as a normal enemy, as I remember. I think you fought him in the sequel, though. I mean, supposedly the Windows version does run from disk, so I might try and see if I can get a copy. So the Internet Archive does have a version of it, but technically you shouldn't be downloading that unless you own said version. But who am I to judge if the game is not? Although the game is available on Steam, I did notice. There's Professor Monkey for a brains. There he is. That is Professor Monkey for a brain. We'll find him throughout the stages. Okay. Ah, that's what I made a mistake. I didn't think I could jump on that. Yeah, officially, I have to be being an industry professional. I have to say, piracy is piracy. The seller, the IP holders can still claim copyright, but I do find it somewhat disappointing that the copyright holders don't make said games available. I think this one is available on Steam though. Let me just check. I think I saw it on Steam. However, I'm not sure what version is on Steam. The Steam Earthworm Jim. There's actually a couple of versions. Earthworm Jim Collection on Steam. Yeah, so you do get Earthworm. Okay, so it is $14.99. Now the reviews for it are very mixed. Okay, yeah, the Steam version has very negative reviews. Apparently it's only the PC DOS version. And not the Windows version with all the additional content, disappointingly. But yeah, that version is on the Internet Archive. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. If you want the superior version, and I don't blame people if they do want, if they buy, say, like the DOS version, decide they do want the superior version that should be on Steam in the first place.
Plasma!
I mean, I think this does need a newer version on the newer consoles. They do need to reissue. I don't know what Interplay are actually playing at, not reissuing the Earthworm Jim games. That's right, we're out of the suit at this point. But yeah, it's disappointing when you literally have no other option other than to pirate a game in order to play it. That's not a good look. Especially the rights holders, especially when it's... I mean, this is a really, in terms of historically important, it is a very good game. It is an iconic game. It is a very classic game. I mean, it's not the best platformer ever made, but it's certainly one that's earned its place in the fables of history. and certainly comes highly recommended from myself. So yeah, it is disappointing that you can't get it on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series X, etc. Yeah, this version's also said disappointing the fact the hidden world that should be on this stage is actually missing. I remember there was actually some complaints about that at the time. I remember I was pretty annoyed about it.
Oh yeah.
Because normally most players would skip the end half of this world and do the hidden world instead, where you're stuck in the darkness. I used to know exactly where the hidden world was. You had to jump up at one of these, like, orb things. There you go. So there's Professor Monkey for a head. Monkey for a brains. He's like a human chimpanzee. Basically, he had an accident and he's got a monkey permanently on his head and they keep fighting for control of the body. But yeah, he is the villain.
Oh yeah. Yippee! Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you're a fan of this on the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo, then it's just a shame, as I said before, this version is no longer available. I scared him off again. I think after a while it just starts dropping the bandies. Yeah, okay, we won't do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
I have got another Dreamcast title sent to me, so I will be looking at that in the near future. The Robo...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking they're going to start... I mean, I'm pretty much bought most of the titles I was after, but I am buying the last of them. And yeah, I do think that now is the time. So after we had that delisting event the other week, although they did seem to not delist a load of the games they said they were going to delist, I'm almost certain this year or next year they're going to turn around and actually tell you we're shutting down both services. They are delisted. I mean, actually, as they're going, they're delisting games as they're going, so you do be aware of that. If there's a game you want to buy, think about buying it now, because quite a lot of these games we've had no delisting break on. It's just like you just go there one day and discover it's no longer available. And these Asteroids 5. More Andy's Asteroids action. I'll stick another ad break in at the end of this section just to let you know. I am now officially a Twitch affiliate, so gives us a bit more support here at the channel. Just lets earn a little revenue on Twitch. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Come on. Can I finish this in the stream tonight? I should be able to. We've still got about half an hour before I probably... Yeah, I think there was a new PS3. Yeah, that's what the general suggestion was, PS3. I did actually tweet a couple people saying, are we going to get... So my battery in my PlayStation 3 has now died, which is an absolute nightmare. So I've literally started tweeting them, are you going to fix the CMOS battery? So what that means is I need to now replace the battery in my PS3, or else otherwise I'm not going to be able to access any of my games, which is infuriating, without going online. But yeah, there was an update the other day, but I think largely people said they need to just update Blu-ray security and firmware drivers.
Groovy.
Let's see how many achievements. So how many achievements? Collect more than 200 orbs without exiting the game. Collect 100 after. Whip the banker twice and what the heck? In single player mode. Launch the cow in New Junk City. So Snot an achievement. What have I got left? Collect 500 items without exiting the game. Sort of live multiplayer. Complete all Xbox Live multiplayer game levels. Clear single player mode in original difficulty setting without losing in life. That's actually quite tricky. Collect more than 300 orbs without exiting the game. Get through single player mode in original difficulty in one sitting in under 50 minutes. Yeah, Sony, if they wanted to, can have still got the capabilities to update the firmware.
Whoa, Nelly! Yippee!
For Pete's sake! Yeah, basically, anytime Pete gets injured, he gets angry and inflicts some harm on us. Pete is actually an ally. He was in the cartoon series as well. Although he had a blue shirt in the cartoon series. We've basically got to make sure... For Pete's sake, basically, it's stop Pete from getting injured, or else he turns into a monster and inflicts some serious harm on poor Earthworm Jim. I need some ammo. I'm running low on ammo. The gun does regenerate ammo as well, which is handy. It only regenerates so much. The Pete's sake in the second game was actually much harder. You had to trampoline Pete's puppies, or else Pete got very, very angry. Uh-oh, he's about to get angry with me.
Whoa, Nelly!
Oh, damn it.
Yippee!
No, Pete. Pete, well... Oh, she's right with me. That didn't actually hurt people, they just hurt us, so... Oh dear, Pete, don't get angry, don't get...
Oh, Nelly!
Oh, damn it! Okay, this stage is always quite annoying. Right, let's get together. So we're gonna get the... All I can really do to avoid taking damage is just try and...
Yippee!
Giving him a tight squeeze. Come on, Pete. Come.
Oh,
No.
Nelly!
Yeah, I imagine a lot of the dev kits have been binned off. Although these days, I imagine quite a lot more have been sold because they're still definitely around. Sony will still have some. I think Sony still have PS1 and 2 dev kits of their immediate thing. I like the fact he's got a cute little innocent dog. I mean, the cartoon series, I think Pete was like his constant companion, but every week there'd be one moment where Pete came to harm, and then he'd be like, "Hey, Pete, why don't please turn into the thing?" And you get like that classic ball of smoke of him just like beating poor old Jim. Oh, Pete, no, Pete, come on, Pete, think of the earthworms.
Oh, Nelly!
Oh, come on, game.
Whoa, Nelly!
So I actually I used to have a test kit, and I actually it's not going too well. Let's not lose any more lives on this. So I actually used to have because I worked in the industry at the time. I actually had a test kit, and I've also seen the original massive dev kit. We actually had one in the Disney office. It's just fallen short of it. Whoa.
Oh, Nelly!
And it was an absolute beast of a thing, to put it mildly. I mean, they are around, but it's actually finding people who've... Oh. The stage is actually really quite annoying. I've forgotten how annoying it was.
Groovy.
Okay, that's a change. You do carry on where you left off. Right, this stage has destroyed my lives. Like, to be fair, this is probably one of the hardest stages in the game, actually. Trying to get through it without losing your life is actually quite tricky. It's like the fact Pete was always very carefree with his animation, like la la la, and everything else is just trying to kill him. That was my fault. I was going for the orbs. No, don't grab the orbs. Damn it, you gotta watch that. So this stage is definitely turning into not my finest hour, should we say. Okay, that's better. Whip and then shoot.
Whoa, Nelly! Yippee!
Is Pete nearly at the home? Please, please, Pete, nearly be at your home. Oh, Pete, think of the poorer. Oh.
Whoa, Nelly!
Yeah, I'm not. This stage has been a while since I've done it. I really want to get that extra life. I'm gonna get that extra life just because I'm gonna die. Never mind. I always like the fact it's like, whoa, now whenever it happens. There we go. That's what we gotta do. Oh no, you don't. Advanced time. And yes, Pete is finally home. Should actually run that way, shouldn't I? Advanced. Just some extra bits on that stage. Continue without posting. Time 11 minutes. That's by far one of the hardest stages. Yeah, no, so I have actually seen an original test kit. We did use one, well, original dev kit, so test kits and dev kits. The original dev kits were an absolute beast of a thing, and then they got turned down to the same size as the dev kits. So it was just a PS3 console. Yeah, it was big. It probably was server size. I mean, it was bigger than a PC. It was really long. One time we had to use it for one of the games. Like, can you check it out? And this is actually, no, don't worry, you don't need to test it on that. That thing's got additional RAM and stuff. So I was like, Now am I going to be in a fight with Psycho at the end of this one?
Groovy.
Oh, I will be if I miss those ones. Those are probably my last get out of jail 3 card. Speaking of jail, apparently Yuji Naka might well be ending up there. Sonic co-creator might well be spending some time in a Japanese prison by the sound of it. Yep, he's going to beat me this time. It means we're going to have a punch up with Psycho. Yuji Naka has apparently been a naughty person doing insider trading, so... Psycho won the race. So this one's when Psycho won. Well, it's nice to show the Psycho battle once. I think I'm on the last world, actually. I think Pete's sake is... No, I've got Intestinal Distress, haven't I? You don't get Intestinal Distress on the SNES version. And there he goes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things I've heard about Yuji Naka, he wasn't necessarily the nicest guy from what I've heard. Intestinal Distress. Now, this is a stage that I'm not that familiar with because it was not actually in the SNES one. I've done this version a few times. It's actually quite a short stage. Basically, this one's in the Mega Drive version, not the SNES one, but it's in the Mega CD one as well. So basically, there's some sort of weird intestinal character up the top that we've got to beat. But it's actually quite a short stage as well. Yeah, Yuji, interesting, he made quite a lot of bad decisions, Yuji Naka, from what I've heard over the years. But yes, there's a term we have in the UK that's his chickens have come home to roost, and in the case of Yuji, it does look like his chickens have indeed come home to roost. You're off to bed. Night then, Any Old Games. Thanks for being on stream. I'll see if I can finish this. I've got a couple people on stream tonight, so thanks for watching, everyone, if you are watching. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but you got to dodge the... I think we get constant, like, goo balls now near the end. That's like the boss throwing them.
Oh yeah.
Get a bit cheeky and find out. It looks like that's just a shortcut. I was just wondering what the grappling hooks were for at the top. Yeah, this is a tricky stage because you're getting constant damage coming your way. I wonder if you can get up to the top there at that bit.
Ouch! Ow! Ouch! Ow!
Okay, so we've got that bit there.
Ouch!
I mean, all the guys who went and actually worked at Shiny went on to do a lot of good things with the Earthworm Jim stuff. I mean, there, Doug Naylor, who did the actual character designs, gone more recently to do Apogee, which is a puzzle game, and that's actually available on Wii U, and it's also on PS4. That's actually really good. Apogee. There we go. When the boss is jumping.
Uh-oh.
Got him. That's actually quite a tricky stage to do if you're just trying to do it on one life. You take a lot of damage from a lot of enemies. And there's, as any old games had mentioned, the collision's a little bit hit and miss in points in this one. Okay, so I think that is the penultimate world in this version. In the SNES version, you don't actually have that stage. So. This is definitely a game of the 90s in terms of comic look and stuff. Very, very comic book look as well with the whole concept and the characters. They are just really balmy, and the names as well. I think, was it Princess What's Her Face and Queen. She's called like Queen Big. It's Queen something Bats or something, and she's basically like a large beetle insect. Supposedly they're sisters, the two princesses. Earthworm Jim 2 also had an equally crazy ending with more cow jokes at the end. I can't work out what's more crazy, the Earthworm Jim 1 ending or the Earthworm Jim 2 ending. Okay, no Psycho fight, although it's nice to show it the once at least. Can't you just? I think you need to get a set number of things to get the.
Groovy. Groovy.
Just the fact you can do that.
Groovy. Groovy. Groovy.
Couldn't remember. I thought you could say different things in the SNES version. Buttville. Yep, here we go. Use your head. So this is the final world. This is where things get a bit tricky. That was close, so. Now this stage, how do you get to the boss fight? It's actually a bit weird. I will actually try and finish Earthworm Jim 2 on Earthworm Jim on stream. Not Earthworm Jim 2. There is a sequel, but it's not on the sadly the sequel is not available in this version. I really wish they'd actually done the sequel. I don't know why they didn't do it. I assume either this one didn't sell enough or there were licensing agreements. I mean, I think Interplay perhaps may have wanted too much dosh. I'm reminded of Interplay's failed attempts to bring back Black Isle. So Black Isle was little more than a publishing arm of the sort of RPG, and most of the games are published by, made by BioWare, so... Oh, come on, that's the super health. Come on, let's do it. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm not going to be able to reach that, am I? Yes, got it. He says just to take a hit, so go there, we get some more health. I can tell I've done this a few times before. Okay, this is... I'm actually standing on the Queen Butts... What's her name? No, not... there's Queen What's her name and Queen Eat Big Butts or something. And this is actually part of Queen... Oh, ah, damn it, I just got sliced in half.
Yippee! Yippee!
Well, the music is actually bugged out.
Groovy! Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
Okay. We've got these things that actually instant kill you as well. Oh, there's Snot, isn't it? That's actually, that platform's actually Snot.
Plasma!
And there we go. Queen, pulsating, bloated, festering, sweaty, malformed, Slug-for-a-Butt. That's it. Queen Slug-for-a-Butt is the main villain. Yes, to beat the Queen, you can... Queen Slug-for-a-Butt. I didn't realise that's actually Snot, so that's where Snot comes from. He's the platform that's obviously being forced to work for the Queen. So you've got to whip her to damage her, basically. We'll just literally go inside of her and go... Continue without posting. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Earthworm Jim 1, the original. Groovy. I'll actually do the bonus stages quickly. There are some extra levels I've unlocked, so we can quickly have a look at them. And that is where the cow landed. So yeah, the cow 2010. The cow at the start of the game does land. As I said, it lands on top of the princess at the end. Yeah, this version does have a few extra levels. I will show them off in a second. Gameloft are actually a Ubisoft co-developer company. Now, do they credit the original team at original music, Mark Miller and Tommy Tallarico, audio directors? Montreal QA leads, Benjamin. Montreal QA testers. Don't think there's anyone I know there. Localization. Although 2010 I was still working. I think I was still I was still working for the Disney Publishing Zone at this point when this came out, because I remember playing this. There are some extra levels, and have a quick look at them now that we've beaten the game. Original concept Douglas Tenpeller, yeah, he's the main animator. Anyway, so they do credit the original guys. Dave Perry, yep. Andy Astor, I think that's who Andy Asteroids is based on. Where the name came from. Special thanks Ted Woosley. Would that be the same Ted? Hard to see if you can make it, yeah. Bonus levels. So there are bonus levels in this one that are exclusive to this version. I remember actually beating them. They're all based around the same theme, but they did a new cheap skill set, which is quite nice. So at least they added some extra levels. It's just a shame it was missing some of the hidden levels. It's a really good... I mean, I always really enjoyed Earthworm Jim. It is a fantastic platform. I mean, kudos to the original team. Kudos to the music from Tommy and everyone involved. It was a fantastic game. And Douglas Nepal came up with some really great character designs as well. It's just...
Oh yeah.
it's a quintessential 90s game that I don't think you're going to get now anymore until we start going, because you used to get lots of great character designs where they would make, partly as they were sort of designed on sort of cartoon series. I suppose that because this game was, you actually used a cell animation, it was perfect for it to be turned into a cartoon series like it actually was. It was actually pretty rare for most games to be turned into cartoon series. There weren't actually that many. So Mario did get a cartoon series, Sonic got a cartoon series, and Earthworm Jim. So there was also Captain N the Games Master, which was a weird one, which was sort of a mix of various Nintendo characters. Quite a fun one. It had Mega Man, Kid Icarus, and a few others in it. So actually Simon from Castlevania, I think, and a few other. Game Boy as well, weirdly. There was literally a character called Game Boy that was a Nintendo Game Boy. It had basically like a Nintendo Power Champion that was sucked into video games. But there weren't too many others. I'm just trying to think how many others there were. But this one definitely homages the old sort of computer system. We've got some discs there, which is quite nice. Ironically, the DOS version probably came on floppy disks as well. That is a floppy disk, that red thing, although normally they was... You could get them red, but normally they weren't red, they were more other colours. Generally they were blue or black.
Oh yeah.
Like there, we got a blue one.
Plasma.
Ah, I can't believe it just fell down there. The new music's actually good for these sections. These sections are actually in keeping with the spirit of Earthworm Jim, that I will say.
Yippee, yippee, wee doggy.
It's nice they added in some additional content, even though it is missing some of the original content. It's a shame it's not based on the... They didn't base it on the special... If I was going to port Earthworm Jim, I'd base it on the Special Edition version. Old Grandma. Old Grandma, yep. She is a bit of a crazy grandma, this extra boss.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeehaw.
The new power sting. So that's one of the new stages in this game, which is a really nice stage. I'm actually going to wrap it up there, everyone. Thanks for watching all. Thank you, the viewers. As always, if you enjoy our content here at Randomised Gaming, please consider following us and subscribing to us. There are 2 additional levels. I will actually probably try, I should get around to doing a video of this at some point where I actually do all the levels. To do those additional stages. I mean, it is a classic game, Earthworm Jim. Can you continue? Can you actually restart? Oh, you can replay stages. Okay, so you can practice on them. That's quite nice. Been a while since I actually played this version, because you have got to get the time down to 1 minute. So I've got down the tubes and the side crow one. For Pete's sake. It's not Bilbo. But that's it from me, Random Gamer Riven. I wish you all a good night, a good evening, good morning, or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. As always, if you do like content, please consider following us here at Randomised Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this look at Earthworm Jim HD. It was released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Sadly, as I mentioned, this version is no longer available, and basically I think the only version actually available to buy is the version on Steam, which is from what I can read from the reviews, a rather naff port of the DOS version that doesn't work too well on modern versions. So yeah, Interplay really need to get it sorted and get a new version of this game out, and the first two games actually, with all the additional content included from the Special Edition version. Maybe, and I actually quite like the new levels, so these extra levels should be nice if they were re-included, although these are actually going to be obviously copyright of Gameloft, sadly, so we might not see them again anytime soon. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all very soon.